Well, you've most likely seen people zooming around town in them, and they have become a safety concern around the country. We're talking about those dockless scooters. Well, now one Texas city is trying to help prevent scooter crashes with the first of its kind effort. Officials in Austin are working on a CDC study to study the patterns tied to the crashes. It's the country's first study conducted on the topic. Researchers will give out questionnaires to people injured in scooter crashes in search of trends tied to the severity of the injuries. In October, San Antonio approved electric scooter safety regulations.